Welcome to Snappy Info. I'm Jessie Ruby, and this is session 3. We're going to talk about remote learning. Our goal today is I'm going to give you remote learning tips and how remote learning will work with Tab. How are we going to do that? First, we'll go over remote learning basics and then talk about remote learning with a Tab philosophy and then continue the work. Remote learning basics. Here are some basic things that should always happen with remote learning. First thing, set a routine. Are you going to give a class assignment at the beginning of the week and then is it due at the end of the week? So always think about being consistent when assignments go out and when they're due and when you're expecting things. I would also say always be consistent with the same platform. So if you're using Seesaw, Google Classroom, whatever it might be, the digital platform that you're using, keep it the same so it's easy and straightforward for students. And that's my last tip, is make sure that it's always straightforward. Your instructions are pretty straightforward to the point, and that routine and the consistency. Make it simple. Those things are great, but how does it work with our Tab philosophy? If you're familiar with the philosophy, it's 3 sentences. What do artists do? The child is the artist, and the classroom is the child's studio. So the big one that we might have to tweak a little bit is that last one. The classroom is the child's studio. Well, we're no longer in the classroom, so how can we take these philosophies and change them just a little bit to work with remote learning? So start there. What do artists do? How can we take this situation and really think about what do artists do in this situation? Artists connect to one another. They connect to the world. They respond to the issues around them. So I had one assignment where my students went out and made posters of positive messages. I had a student decorate their car at home. So how can we really take this situation, this pandemic, and really turn around and show our students that this is something that artists do. We respond to the things around us. The child is the artist. How can we still honor their aesthetics and ideas through remote learning? So make sure you're still doing that. Still allow for choice. Also involve the families. How can families get involved with the art projects? How can families do art alongside their kids? It'll really bump up the engagement and really keep the families doing some activities at home. All right, and the last one, the classroom is the child's studio. I'm really taking the perspective that everywhere is the studio and teaching my kids that anywhere can be a studio. Maybe they can create a studio at home. Maybe they can share where they make art at home. Maybe you can have an assignment where they collect art supplies and kind of build a little area where they can make art at home. So just taking these ideas and just changing them slightly to fit with our Tab philosophy. Well, that's all I have on remote learning. Join me next time for session 4. We're going to talk about getting started with Tab. Also, remember you can message me or submit a question right here on the website. Till next time.